Welcome back into the Sports Source, this segment of our program brought to you by Calhoun's. Folks, we are only about 3 weeks away from Mother's Day. What better way to take care of Mom than taking her out to eat? No having to cook on that day. Make your plans now to head to any one of Calhoun's 9 East Tennessee locations for Mother's Day weekend. Maybe you want to do it Saturday, be easier than Sunday. Calhoun's the place to take Mom on Mother's Day. Get out there. All right. Want to welcome in the next wave of panelists. We have the VFLs back with us. We have right here former Vol quarterback Sterling Henton.
That'd be a John P.
Off the disabled list, we have former Vol quarterback Bobby Scott. Good to have you here, sir.
Good to be here.
And right there we have former Vol defensive lineman Will Overstreet, former NFL defensive lineman, as well former NFL quarterback right there.
Hey, man, I played every L except NFL.
Very good. The word out of spring practice all month has been that Dormady, it started this way. Dormady, Guarantano, and the difference was experience. The people I talked to, even after yesterday, Dormady, Guarantano, and the difference is experience. That's the way they look at it. He's calm in the pocket. I thought that showed yesterday. Jones says it's not over. Should it be over? Is that just coach speak? Just keep the competition going for the sake of keeping it going? Or would you be saying, nah, it's Dormady? What do you think? Will, I'll start with you, and then we'll get to the quarterbacks.
I mean, based on what you saw and what you've been hearing, I think you have to say it is Dormady. Also, you have to think about it. If coach is really thinking about, is this a pressure year of I've got to be the guy, I've got to show some wins this year, otherwise I could be looking for a new place. I mean, you're going to go with the guy that you think has the most experience to make the right decision. That's a clear advantage for Dormady in this case at this point in time, because as long as he keeps showing to make the right decisions, that's the guy you're going to go with.
Where are you guys? You keep the competition going? You've been in these things before.
Well,
you and Andy Kelly went back and
we
forth.
went back and forth for a long time, and you have first of all you have to keep the competition going. It's a must. Can't determine how good or your starting guy with a battle in the spring, because basically the spring is good work, but it starts in the fall and August. And, I was a guy who actually had an incredible spring game, and people started that stuff with me and then ended up winning the battle in August. And then, and by the time the season was over, I wasn't that guy. I'm just saying, as part of this football, so till the coaches get a feel on who they want at that trigger position, the quarterback position, it's going to keep on going.
Bobby, your thoughts on the quarterback situation?
You got 2 kids there that can play. And one of them is a little more at ease. You can tell he's more in control when he's on the field, and I think Dormady's the guy until he gets hurt or something like that. But I think Guarantano, I think that he is very capable though to step in should something happen to Dormady.
Now, both of those guys take offense. Dormady doesn't want to be known as slow-footed, just a passer, and Guarantano doesn't want to be known as just a runner. So they both say, well, I can do what he can do just as well. Okay, fine. Sure. But would that competition have looked different if you'd allowed contact yesterday? I just wonder if there were no bullets flying yesterday. You're throwing from the pocket. If let's say this line starts off bad, okay? The Dobbs had to run for his life at times last year. Would that have evened the playing field a little bit had you seen Guarantano in that situation? Would he be better able to deal with that than Dormady? Do you think that equals it at all? We don't know. We didn't see.
If he's truly got more escapability, then a bad offensive line makes this competition go a different way. I mean, that's just honest truth, because a quarterback that if you have a bad offensive line and you got a lot of guys firing at you and coming and hitting at you, one, you're probably going to need both guys. But the other part about that is you got to go with the guy that can get away and give yourself more time to make plays at times. So I think if that is the case and he does have an advantage there, then I think that opens the competition back up again.
Yeah, and to me, that's what we're not seeing. That's what we don't know, and that's what you won't know until the fall. You go back a few years, Dobbs, it was Peterman, best guy in practice, Worley, and then Dobbs was the worst guy in practice. Then you put him on the field, flip it. Now, Peterman developed once he got out of here, but Dobbs also developed. You wouldn't trade Dobbs for Peterman. Let me ask my quarterbacks here. If this thing winds up, my guess is you're going to see both of them play against Georgia Tech. You probably see both of them play against Indiana. You got 3 games in the first 13 days of the season, because then you got Florida on the road. You may see both of them play then. My guess is they'll try and get a pure starter by week 3. But if you're handling a 2-quarterback system, how do you do it? Do you just say it's Dormady until he fails on a series and then we go to Guarantano? Do you go in and say, you get this series, you get this series, you get this series, and then whoever's got the hot hand does it? As quarterbacks, how do you handle that?
You can't you can't put your quarterback in that situation.
Steve
where
Spurrier
you're-
would argue,
Hey,
but I think he's wrong.
well, I do too. He's a quitter too, by the way.
I laid that up for you. I gave you, set you up.
But I really think that you can't put your quarterbacks in that situation where, heck, you screw up in one series, then I'm putting these other guys in. I mean, your quarterback can't play with that on his back.
So is it better just to have a set rotation going in? You get the first 2 series, then Guarantano, then Dormady, then Guarantano, and who looks better in the first half takes over the second. How do you do it? You've been through it. How
I've
did they
been
do it?
through it, and I tell you, it's hard playing as a quarterback looking over your shoulder. But I will say this to all our Big Orange fans: we're solid at the quarterback position. We're solid. As long as these guys understand what they're doing per game, I think we'll get great performance out of the quarterback position.
It's called a pivot. He didn't answer the question. Very good. All right, guys. We'll see you a little bit later. Sterling, you stay right there. When we come back, we're going to talk about, the national media is saying Butch Jones on the hot seat. There are a lot of Vol fans on Twitter say he's on the hot seat. We're going to put forward some scenarios for the season, 4 different scenarios, and we're going to try and put ourselves in John Curry's head and the boosters and the fans. Would Butch Jones be safe or in trouble based on these scenarios? It's interesting stuff. Come on back.